Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Oh, hi, Chag Sameach, happy Hanukkah. Let's see, should I make jelly donuts or Sufganiyot today? Oh yeah, they're both the same. The difference is, at Hanukkah, all 8 glorious nights and days, it's acceptable to eat fried foods. And then comes New Year's resolutions. But which New Year? We've got lots to choose from. I'm Bubbe Joan. We'll work on that later. Right now, let's fry Sufganiyot. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I've never made them either. So let's learn together. Okay, and we are going to make this in my KitchenAid, which will need and everything. I will also publish a no-knead recipe if you really don't want to bother, and it says it makes them good. But anyway, this is 3 cups of flour. Okay, and we have a half teaspoon of salt. Oh, this is kosher salt, so I'm a little higher on the pink salt. The recipe calls for superfine sugar, but it's Bubbe Joan. I'm using locally sourced raw honey, which I will put in with any other. Okay, so we have the 1/3 cup of raw honey and a barking dog. Isn't that exciting? Okay, and 6 tablespoons of butter. The recipe says, cut it in little pieces, but mine's warm enough, room temperature. We have 1 egg. I've been surprised before by bad eggs, so I crack them in something else first. 1 egg. And the important part, recipe calls for 4 teaspoons of Armagnac or apple brandy. Anyway, just figured I could see what I have. Look at this. Lemon and ginger liqueur. Is that not Bubbe Joan? If you know me, you know it is. If you don't, get to know me. So, yeah, when I can get it open, it's going to be Happy New Year. No, that's another time. Okay, 4 teaspoons. And of course you could skip that. You could use more extra vanilla, which I always use anyway. Other flavorings. Cooking is all about doing what makes you happy, doing some experimenting, making something different. And like I said, I've never done this. Really, I don't think I've ever deep fried. Maybe once deep fried something. Okay, we have our little jar, our big bottle of homemade vanilla. So you can kind of see the beans in there. So easy, vanilla and vodka. That's it. And just let it sit around. And if it didn't sit around long enough, let it sit around, use more. So a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And a little more for Sarah. Who doesn't love vanilla? Okay, 3/4 cup whole milk, had a tablespoon of active dry yeast. That I warmed the milk and bloomed the yeast in it. 3 cups of flour, 1/3 cup of used honey, 6 tablespoons of butter, large egg, 4 teaspoons of my liqueur, a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, half teaspoon kosher salt. That's the ingredients. Well, until we get to the jelly stuff later, that's going to be fun because I got some homemade stuff for that too. All right, so I'm going to mix this for 1 minute on low. Kind of say, don't splash up out of the bowl. Once it's good and mixed, I'm going to turn it up a little bit and knead it for 4 minutes. So I get a nice, soft, beautiful, yes, it's a yeast dough, just like bread dough. Have you watched my challah recipe? Same thing, just mixing everything together. So this says to mix it on with the, of course if I put in the milk, it would make a difference. See, that's why we repeat the recipe, make sure we get things right. I bet it's going to come together now. Look at that. making a joke because I put the milk in. Alright, now it's going to make, okay, I won't leave it. I was going to use the flat beater, which you can usually, if you remember my challah recipe, I do start with the beater, but I figured I would follow the recipe for this. Oh, look, it's coming together nicely. Hope you can see that. I'm using a different camera today. And no cameraman. He has a light. Oh, this is pretty. You can see it's all gathering around the dough hook. And that wants to knead for a long time. So I'm going to let you go get a cup of coffee, look up the recipe, and I'll be back. Here, want to see something beautiful? I'll open up this. This is the dough. I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see it. Wasn't quite 10 minutes of kneading, but it really looks good, silky, pretty. What I'm going to do is, it says, oil another bowl and put the dough in the bowl, but you know, it's Bubbe Joan. Why oil another bowl? So, what's I can do in here? Oh yeah, that'd be pretty. Alright, I'll oil this bowl. Put this in. That's what it should look like. Put it in the oil bowl. Flip it over. Now it's oil on the top and the bottom. And then you have to use a Armagnac cover to put over top of it. If you don't, sorry, you can't make, no, really. Pretty, huh? Okay, we'll be back in 2 hours when this is risen and doubled. And 2 hours has passed. Here's my dough. Look, it doubled. Now what we're going to do is dump it. Oh, good. Of course. Dump it out on the board. You want to do this on a floured board? I have marble board, so I don't need to flour it. So you get it out of the bowl. Obviously, I didn't use quite enough oil. All right, here's my my beautiful dough. We're going to cut it in half. We're going to find, I forget which one to use. All right, cutting that in half. On the side, and we are going to roll this. I like to do a little kneading, kind of get the wrinkles out and such. We're going to roll it into a 12-inch log. My board is, I think 12 inches, like about that. My board is about 18 inches. So, and it doesn't have to be 12 inches because the idea is we're going to cut it into 12 pieces. Now you have choices to shape the Sufganiyot. You can roll them out flat, and you can use a traditional donut cutter. You know, you wouldn't want to use the hole, just the round. Or you can put it out flat in a square and cut squares. That's nice and easy. But the one that attracts me is to make balls, not to have to roll and cut and all that stuff. So I'm going half, and then thirds. So that makes 6 pieces, and each piece I'm going to cut in half. And if you want to weigh these out, 60 to 65 grams, that's fine. I will not judge. I do weigh out my challah strands because I like them to be even. But I don't think I'm going to weigh these out. And then I'm just going to make balls. And okay, here's another choice. I've laid out parchment paper on this really big giant sheet pan. You can use a couple pans. You can use oil. You can oil the pan so they don't stick, or you can put flour down so they don't stick. I love parchment paper. So here I am. I'm going to make room for 24 balls. Some will be big and some will be little. That's how life goes. If they're little, you can eat 2 little ones. If they're really big, you can only eat one, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. These are going to rise another hour to hour and a half until they're doubled again. Oh yeah, once they're shaped, cover them up again. Welcome back. It's been a minute. No, hour and a half. Anyway, look, we've got a little Sufganiyot that have risen. We have oil at between like about 330 degrees. It needs to be between 325 and 350. So keep checking it. This is not the time to figure out that you can't find your candy thermometer. But I do have a instant read thermometer. I have a bowl of, it's not just cinnamon sugar, this is Bubbe Joan. It's cinnamon and nutmeg and cardamom sugar. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell it. I have a rack ready, and I put a piece of wax paper under the rack, so whatever the sugar, whatever falls, it won't be on the wax paper. It's getting late. It'd be a lot easier to clean up. So here we go. Here we go. I'm talking to the camera. Here we go. I'm going to carefully put a donut. Oops, it's not a donut yet, right? It's not fried. And the oil. These go 2 minutes per side until they're golden brown. I'm going to put in 6 at a time. Big, little, you know. And they're doing their thing. Oops. I still have fingerprints in them. 1, 2. Is this? Okay. They're puffing up. Can you see? Can you see? You don't have to see me. You need to see that. Look, look. They're frying like donuts, like real donuts. And it's not even 6 o'clock in the morning. They're puffing up. Golden brown on one side. Ah, that one will go in another minute. Come on, back over. Oh, that one's really pretty golden brown. No, come back around. The right tools are really important, guys. I'm not nuts about plastic, but this one goes to 400 degrees, so. Okay, we're in our second side. When I take them out of the oil, I'm going to drip, drip, and they're going straight into the sugar, the cinnamon sugar, the spicy sugar. This one's going in the sugar. Not that much. Okay. The flip of the sugar. The flip. The flip. Oops. No. And onto the wire rack. Hold on, and we'll meet you in a minute for the next phase. And look, they're almost Sufganiyot. I've fried these balls, donut balls, and I've tossed them in spicy sugar. And now to really make them Sufganiyot, we need to fill them with jelly or with other fillings. Oh my gosh, you can fill them with anything. I have muscadine jelly. I have lemon curd. You could use what's that stuff with the chocolate hazelnut spread, you know. You could put chocolate, you could put any kind of jam. Sky's the limit. You're the cook. You get to decide. But let me tell you, some recipes say cut a little slit and make a pastry bag and push the jam in. I'm telling you, go to the dollar store. $1.25, I think, bought me both of these cute little restaurant bottles. I remembered now to cut the tips off. And I'm just going to poke the tip into the Sufganiyot and pipe in some muscadine jelly. Woohoo! Okay, pipe and come on. There it goes. Oh, yes. Look at that. Poke it in. Push. Good strength exercise. Jelly. Okay, let's try some lemon curd. Poke it in. Squeeze. And lemon curd. Love it. This is Sufganiyot. Jewish holidays are all about food. It's no secret. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat. Hanukkah is just the same. It's all about the Maccabees taking the temple, finding enough oil for one day, and miraculously it burned for 8 in the menorah until they were able to process more oil. Whether that's true or not, it's a wonderful story, and it leads us to eating fried foods.